sense of dread, melancholy. You see it on the overcapacity's impact on folks' ability to do trade. Protectionism is set in and spreading. Uh, because of trade being all over the map. I figured like this: if they have a ceasefire and stop dropping the bombs, and the Straits of Hormuz reopens, probably takes about 4 months to uh, get things on track sufficient so that what happens immediately uh, filters out to uh, all aspects of all commerce and trade. It gets to the local level. Because whatever you see happening with the quote-unquote oil price, it takes 24 days or so for it to reach local areas on average. So if you see a rise at the pump, what caused the rise happened about 24 to 27 Earth days prior. If you see a decrease at the pump, a lowering of the cost for fuel, again, whatever caused that happened 24 to 27 Earth days prior. So that means if they shut down all the fighting and reopen the strait and bring down the oil price, it'll take close to a month before you begin to see transportation costs lower. Meaning, if there's been added pricing to food and things of this nature when someone goes to a store, you can begin to see those prices roll back or recede, at least theoretically. Some will want to keep those prices up a little bit because they've been eating losses to their profit margins for other factors tied back to inflation. Health care costs, things of this nature. They hurt, they add up, and there's only so much that can be absorbed by merchants. It's a hard reality. So they will do what they can to maintain market share. However, when their unit cost is being overtaken to a point that it's going to be difficult to maintain staying in business, then they're forced to raise prices and hope that they don't lose market share. The thing with that is, if the product that they're providing is whimsical in nature and folks can survive without it, then that means they're depending on discretionary spending from those who buy whimsical items. If folks don't have the discretionary ability to spend because they're dealing with fuel costs, they're dealing with costs for the system of getting their offspring learned, if they're dealing with the cost of healthcare, if they're dealing with structural costs, well, especially if they're sedentary, that leaves no room for them to be able to say, we can afford to splurge and go to a restaurant. We can afford to splurge and go on a vacation. We can afford to buy more of this or buy more of that we don't really need. Necessities. So ripple effects of this could take about maybe 4 months. If it happened today, that means coming into the summer in the Northern Hemisphere. That's the height of travel season. So if tourism in a particular region has been down for whatever reason, and they're hoping for a bounce back this year, the window is closing on there being favorable conditions for that to become the case. And if they have 2 years in a row where tourism is down, how does that impact other aspects of commerce and trade? Causing more folks to feel melancholy, causing more folks to pull back on spending. that ripples out into other aspects of industries, other commerce and trade aspects. And that leads to a slowdown. And in a careless capitalism system, as opposed to a collaborative capitalist system, structurally, there's a breaking point. And when you see that breaking point snap, you see less liquidity in the system that they operate in, which cannot foment more activity. And if that becomes fuel, well, you're seeing triggers for slowdowns in commerce and trade. And those slowdowns, for those who are already in a weakened condition, that's going to have some very serious consequences.